must unlearn that which you have learned. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. Today we're going to talk about an updated counters list, because the last video that I put out had a few, counters that work but aren't optimal necessarily. We're also going to look at some percentages. It's going to be a good time, guys. You'll see. Just trust me, guys. Huge shout out to my patrons, by the way. And I think someone just joined my Patreon, actually, and I haven't added them. And I feel terrible about it. My conscience, shriveled thing that it is even more shrivelly now. So, you'll be happy to know that. You guys are still awesome, though. Thank you guys so much for your support. I truly appreciate every single one of you. I really couldn't do without you. And guys, if you want to support this channel for free, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, comment. Let's mount the algorithm together, shall we? Let's do it. Yeehaw. That sounded convincing, right? I grew up in Wyoming. It's something I'm supposed to be able to do pretty well, I think, in theory. So, here, let's look at the video. Let's look at the footage first, shall we? So, here's one that I just wanted to add this because it's fun. We can beat, there's probably a lot of things that beat CLS, but remember how back in the day we used to use Thridian all the time? Well, we can do it again. So you target C-3PO first because you don't want bad things to happen to you until you fracture CLS. And then, if you have the Thrawn lead Zeta, then as long as you keep doing specials, that you keep reducing Thrawn's you keep reducing his turn meter. And this is actually a kind of a weird example, honestly. So you're really trying hard not to let CLS take turns, right? So you don't want him to hit you back. You don't want anything untoward to happen. And so he keeps kind of breaking loose because Thrawn is just not doing a good job. I actually have footage from the other fight that I did. I'll show you guys in just a moment. But this hasn't been that effective, or this wasn't. It felt ineffective because Thrawn kept losing his fracture on CLS. But we still got him down because armor shred and all of that. And of course, I should probably make sure you understand this works if you get to go first. If your Gideon is faster, then it works. And if not, then not. While you guys watch them dispatch the pet, I'm gonna clear my throat. There we go. Did you watch me clear my throat, or did you watch them kill the pet? Anyways, 57, pretty good banners. And then the next time, wow, why is this, why are we paused for so long, man? There we go. I decided to try the Magma Trooper Datacron, because why wouldn't I, man? It's pretty cool. It's a lot better. So he does AoE fear and stuff. So we're just waiting for some reason. We keep getting a million turns with Gideon, and Thrawn is just like do. I think it's probably because Magma has some interaction with Gideon that I just didn't really observe. But you notice we're doing a lot of the specials, and I was kind of just, sometimes you want to preserve your turn meter reduction for when Thrawn is has a lot of turn meter. So you kind of want Gideon to wait. And yeah, okay, so we fell out of it. Eventually we get to a point where he just doesn't lose his fracture again, which is fancy, you have to admit. One must admit such things. But watch how Thrawn's turn meter keeps being reduced every time you do a special. There we go. We did it, kind of. The other thing is, Thrawn is able to help you keep good banners because he keeps restoring and regenerating your protection. The Magma Trooper one was a lot smoother, a lot easier. It worked nicely. So, anyways, that's that counter. You're welcome. It's a fun one, actually. It really is. So we got them. 56 banners. Okay, so now we have a Leia mirror match, guys. Remember how I was telling you Inquisition work better against Leia? Well, I don't think I said better. I just said that was the good counter. It's actually a fairly low percentage. I was really surprised to find out about it, and I think this is the fight that I decided to try. I think I used Inquisition and lost, and so I showed you guys that footage, and it wasn't false. Like, it still has an okay percentage, but it's not nearly as good, which is why part of the reason why I wanted to do this. So one thing I want to point out here, folks, is first off, I'm using Fulcrum, which is not ideal for this mirror. If you want to mirror Leia, then it's actually better to just use R2-D2. Even if you have the cool Fulcrum Cron, it's better to use R2-D2 as far as I can tell with what week 1 stats. But you know, I was able to still kill Leia. I think that there's okay evidence that demonstrates that maybe you should just go for Leia first instead of just trying to kill Drogon or whatever. But anyways, that was, you see how these I got the cleanup. So this one is the same thing. This is my next battle. I was like, oh, we'll use Fulcrum again. That was fun, right, guys? And then well, full disclosure, because you're gonna see it at the results anyways, but we still win this fight, and we kill the trash can fairly quickly, which is wonderful, because who likes trash cans to be alive, you know? There's no wonder, like, Tatooine, for all its weirdness, like, I was fairly forward thinking when they decided not to serve trash cans in their cantina, if you ask me. But they did kill Drogon way earlier than I wanted them to. And see, I'm hitting Leia here because I don't want... he has damage immunity. We can't get rid of his damage immunity, so we're hitting Leia instead. And it's a whole mess, folks. I don't like it. And, I mean, it's a close run thing. Dude, just take her out already. Come on. Oh my gosh, she healed herself. What a miserable fight this is. I'm miserable again watching it. Okay, finally took her out, and then Drogon is like, "Hey, I'm just gonna out of spite kill Fulcrum." Sorry for the spoilers, guys, but he totally does just flamethrow her out the window. So let's go. Come on. Okay, maybe we can revive them, right? With the ult? No. No, let's not do that. And I mean, it wasn't terrible. 51. Okay, so there's that course correction. Now, you guys wanted to see more great mother counters. Well, I don't know how great they are, but here's a few of them. So I think a better win percentage actually is Kylo Ren with just like Crew and Hux, though they're both in like the upper 90s for this counter. Now that the Kron is gone, this team is a shadow of itself, and I'm going to show you guys the win percentages in just a minute, but I wanted you guys to just see like kind of how it worked, what it looked like, because it's good to acquaint someone with such things in a lot of different life circumstances, frankly. And honestly, I don't even know if I'm playing it the ideal way. I'm sure I am, though. I mean, I am who I am. I'm kidding, guys. Dude, Kylo, you gonna finally like get something to stick? Come on, dude. Whoa, where did the Great Mothers go? Madness. And I honestly think, guys, Well, so far the counters to them aren't that crazy, except, okay, there is this one. So Malgus is nowhere to be found on this counter because you don't need it. So at this time we have Darth Revan, and I'll show you guys the stats in a minute of how. So remember how I told you guys Malgus would work? In fact, I think I told you guys that this counter was better, that this one was probably better, but I didn't have any footage of it. Well, I made my own footage. Look at how I made my own footage, guys. And okay, I make a mistake here at some point. See, there's death mark on the Great Mothers. I think there was death mark on the Great Mothers a time before, actually, that before I didn't notice it this time either, that I just kind of passed up. But once one of their people gets to under half health, then you should hit the Great Mothers. So, and anyways, this was not bad at all. So it worked, guys. It worked. All right, final thing. We didn't have a counter to Inquisition, and I just wanted to show you Bane killing things and stuff. So that's basically it. We wait patiently until Reva slaughters Lord Vader. More like Lord Lava Balls, right? But she does take him out, and then right after she kills all of our banners, then Bane is like, oh yeah, I remember how the lightsaber thing works, because he gets stronger once his friend dies. So okay, there it is. Let's go and look at this the stats for just a minute, shall we, folks? So first off, Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano counters. There's 4 that I saw that I thought would be noteworthy. First off, there's the Leia one here. It's worse with Fulcrum instead of R2-D2. If you use Fulcrum here, it's worse. I just didn't have enough space to show you all the counters and stuff. But this one looks like, I mean, it's kind of reliable. 73 is not wonderful, though. It's not perfect, and I think this is the best comp for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. Like, I think Huyang and Hera do okay, but worse in general against all of these. And then Supreme Leader Kylo works at about the same rate as Leia, which kind of surprised me, actually, because everyone was saying Leia was going to be the transcendent awesome counter. And of course, there's fewer sample size, and you can see it's a 48 average, so expect Hux and crew to die instantly. But Supreme Leader Kylo eventually kills them 74.08% of the time. And then the one, look at how reliable, I couldn't believe how reliable this is, guys. With 400 instances of this, with pretty good banners, over 99% win rate with Sith Eternal and Bane. And yes, that's expensive, I get it, but geez, that is such a good win percentage. That's awesome. And then just, I guess, don't try Kenobi, because you're not going to win that one. And if you do, you're going to get poor banners. So don't try Kenobi, apparently. I thought people were telling me that it works. Apparently it don't work. Okay, so Rey and Ezra counters. One thing I said in a couple videos ago when I was doing my offensive defensive teams videos was I thought that Starkiller with his Kron was going to be able to take this team out. I was pretty wrong on that. 42.77% win rate, which is not great, folks. It feels bad, because usually that ends with the result of just not killing anything. It's like, well, if you kill Rey, you have to clean it up. Like that's at least something. It's not great, but okay. But it's even worse if you just take like a quote-unquote standard Seer Malicos team. But then if you put Starkiller with them, which we've been doing a lot anyways the last year or so, it jumps way up to 80%. You have to think that the people who know what the hell they're doing or actually have all of their Omicrons probably have an even higher win percentage. I could have searched that, but I decided not to. Leia counters. What things beat this Leia, Drogo, and R2-D2 counter? Now you'll see the 4th entry from the top has the pretty bad, I was very surprised at this, guys. Pretty bad win percentage for the Inquisition. And it's a little bit higher, I think, if you have the good Grand Inquisitor Datacron. In fact, it is better, but in general, this isn't going to be that winning of a counter. Like, yeah, it'll work if you're desperate, or if it's the only thing you have. Like, you maybe you could mod it to like kind of finagle it. And of course, if you have good relics, or if you have good modding versus theirs, all that stuff plays a part in it. But there are better counters. First off, Jedi Master Kenobi is not really one of those counters. Like, it's actually worse than Inquisition, which, man, how the mighty have fallen. What a tragedy. Honestly, it's honestly, it's making me sad. Hey, look at this. You guys will never expect it. Sith Eternal Emperor and Bane together killing a galactic legend. Where have we seen that before? Amazing. Supreme Leader Kylo with armor, and Geobrood Alpha is the old school. When she first was released, that was the counter we used all the time, and it's still apparently very effective. I mean, 70% ain't bad for that kind of counter. And then the mirror match is actually a little bit worse than that, but it works apparently, and it is significant. It's a few percentage points lower. I think it's like 67% percentage points lower if you use Fulcrum instead of R2D2, for what it's worth, folks. And then finally, the Great Mothers counter, or at least this is the standard Great Mothers team. Lots of things beat it, guys. Supreme Leader Kylo with his two buddies. Malgus actually doesn't have a terrible win rate, 72%. I mean, it's not great considering it's not even a Galactic Legend team, but it's still okay. And then Lord Vader with Maul and Royal Guard just demolishes this. Demolishes it. Get it? Yeah. So, but Darth Revan, look at the win rate for Darth Revan though, guys. That Darth Revan team is way better than the Malgus team, which is, it's kind of an aberration in my opinion. Like, there's not many teams that it's a very clear winner to have Darth Revan just exclude Malgus entirely and have a significantly higher win rate. I don't even know what other counter would have a significantly better win rate, except it apparently just works well with this. It works. So anyways, and then, hey, look, we finally found something Jedi Master Kenobi's good at. He actually kills something now. Oh, geez. So that being said, it's still not a bad idea to put your Great Mothers on defense. Look at these teams. Like, all of these teams are things you want your opponent to waste, except for, of course, the Darth Revan thing. Maybe we'll find some kind of comp that makes Darth Revan less happy into that counter, but right now, that's what you do. Darth Revan is transcendent, and then, or ascendant, I should say, and Malgus can just go hang out with your Relic 8 Sith Assassin that you relicated or 9'd. And it's so useful. It'll be great. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you here. Did you like having an update video? Is this too much of GAC counters for you? I would actually appreciate feedback, and I'm asking people at the end of the video because those are the people who I trust the most. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zareth prevails. Oh, guys, in the video description, there is a link to my new YouTube channel. I haven't really announced it yet. We'll announce it a little bit later, more officially, but you'd do me a huge favor by just subbing to it. You don't have to click on anything on the videos. It's a new channel for a game called Warhammer 40K. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. Would really appreciate a little boost. Would really appreciate it, guys. So more on that later. Of course, I'm not leaving Galaxy of Heroes or anything like that. Nothing at all approaching that, but just wanted to give you a heads up. Okay, I'm leaving now. Goodbye.